Yo, what is that, dog?
Oh, you'll know in a second. This is
This is motherfucking Chopvision, episode 28. Let's go!
Yeah.
We got Don Tha motherfucking Jewla back in the house. King of the 4-5. Shout out to you, my dude. Let's get it.
Yeah, let's go.
You motherfuckers were sleeping. Wake the fuck up. It's time to pop the fuck off.
Woo! Yeah. So this is Jay Dilla, fuck the police. Or at least instrumental. And for anyone who's trying to demon us, this is not Jay Dilla. This is an instrumental I made. No, I'm kidding. And yeah, we're here this week. Woo! I'm gonna let that fade down.
Right.
But
so,
yeah.
Big shout out to you, Don Tha Jewla. But I want to take a moment. Skinny, I fuck with you week to week, you know. I want to take this time right now to take a moment of I just want to speak to y'all. I want you to call your loved ones. Call the people you fuck with. Call your people. Tell them you love them. Because today, we lost a member of the family, 3 supporters of ours, 3 family members of ours lost somebody very important to them today. And I want to give y'all a big shout out. And I love all of y'all. I'm not going to drop your name because I'm not the type of nigga. But I want to let y'all know. I'm looking at you. You see me? I'm looking dead at you. If you fucking need me or you need any of us, you holler at me. I got you for fucking life. We are people. We are fucking family. I love you. I just needed to get that off because...
Beautifully said, Joe.
All right.
Thank you. All right. Whoo!
So what's going on, motherfuckers?
Shit, I'm trying to get faded and X-rated. Well, not so much X-rated, but faded at least anyway.
Thanks a lot for having me back. Yeah, definitely appreciate it. I'm really excited for today. I've been doing some legwork.
You've been doing legwork,
some research.
I'm gonna keep it.
I've listened to about 15 albums in this process, trying to narrow it down. But anyways, we'll get to that when we get to that. But anyways, how's your weekend?
Look bad, dog. Like I'm gonna pull something out of my ass here, pause, and be like, I'll take this one and that one, and maybe with a 2-piece over here. And you're like, right. I'm putting the legwork and shit. I listened to one of your favorites today while I was trying to in and out of my mode, and then I listened to one of his favorites today in and out of my mode. And y'all got some. Okay.
Skinny, let them know what we're talking about.
Well, first we go getting all that. The usual weekends are good. Everyone caught up, so on and so forth.
Yeah, man.
Today we are getting into.
Hold on. We got to do a little bit of news, a little bit of things. Yo, did y'all hear about Virgil?
Mm-hmm.
I know you were
Virgil Abloh.
The shoe nigga died.
Yeah. Yo,
no, Virgil.
He'd been battling cancer.
Wow.
Fuck cancer. I said it.
He was 41. I saw someone post, a cool man posted that. I was like, oh, he must have lost a friend named. Wow, shoe Virgil passed.
He had a big position with Louis Vuitton currently. I don't know exactly what it was.
Mr. Off-White.
He's Off-White.
That's Kanye's boy.
Yeah. He left us today, man. So that's another person.
Wow.
Yeah, man. When I heard that, I was like, he's been battling that shit, I guess for a minute, right? He's been going through it. So I thought maybe he knew. That's why he dropped 50 dunks this year.
Dies of cancer 41. Wow.
Same thing happened with Chadwick Boseman. No one had any idea he was sick. People were calling him Crack Panther in that because he was skinny at premieres and stuff, and no one knew he was fighting that.
Listen, I'm a weirdo, but what are they preparing for up there where they need these guys? You know what I mean, though? Like, what's about to... Wow.
Okay, now you think of it that way, or maybe they've just given everything they have to give, bro.
And they're like, okay, here's your right to passage. Yeah, but I'm like
here's your break. Like,
I'm really on
some like... Have a Coke and a smile, motherfucker, and have a good time. Like,
I've always been in this, mindset. I think my mom, he only takes you before your time if he needs you. So it's either it was their time,
But is it
or
before your
their new-
time, or is it just?
That's what
your
I'm
time?
saying. You don't. This is a whole other thing. Wow.
I think the only answer to that is when we go to the other side and we see it.
And then we see for ourselves, right? Man, life.
Imagine you cross through the gates of heaven and it's just a war zone and people are fighting everywhere. It's like Braveheart. Oh God, they need as many soldiers as possible.
Listen, also, not only is that a multi-million-dollar like movie you just thought of, like, boop, but that's real shit. I'm also, yeah, we'll just edit that part. And this is not live. The 2-3 people that watch this won't try and steal our shit. We know you, so that's okay. But no,
not to get all into it, but I have a very hard time believing that these awful things just happen for some reason that I'm not privy to. I struggle with that deeply.
Yeah. I mean, I leave my head open to it just because of things in the past that happened with me, and just like how it's kind of led to my relieving of that. But at the same time, I totally understand where you're coming from. Yeah, that's nuts. Shit's fragile, bro. Like
it's also a shame on the culture too. I mean, they were providing exciting and new things. Black Panther changed not only the movie game but the superhero genre.
Yeah.
Black Panther had so much more to do culturally than it did the actual like Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Right. It did. Both times. Being one of the first.
As I'm sitting here being that guy telling you guys about the importance of Black Panther.
I mean, I know, right? But I mean, it's all good.
Power to the people.
Yeah.
Right.
Plus, Chadwick Boseman played James Brown, man, and I think
Jackie Robinson
love in any
too.
Played Jackie Robinson too. Right?
Jackie Robinson, James Brown, and Black Panther.
Yeah. So yeah, he
no wonder they took him. Like what?
I'm just wondering what that and how it's determined, and like, do you get a tap on the shoulder? Like, ayo, anyways, it's too much, Jerry. It's just too much. Wow. Virgil, R.I.P. man. R.I.P. Virgil.
Was he known? Like, I don't know what he was known for. I just know that he was a fashion guy.
Cool. Google Off-White. Google just Google Virgil's shoes, and like
his shoes were a mint before. Like 2 days ago, to buy a pair of his kicks would cost you anywhere from like $1,000 to $10,000.
Gone up.
Tomorrow,
gone.
Bro, that should
overnight.
Cost you $500 million, bro. Like
that's like when I tried to cop a Kobe jersey, like a Momo. Like, I was literally like, let me try and get me a Kobe Bryant jersey, thinking it wouldn't. I had one. I witnessed it. I witnessed the real one go from like 60 something, and I wasn't even trying to be like, it hadn't happened yet. I'm just like, I just want a Kobe jersey, purple. I wanted the purple and gold one, and I saw that should be like 63 something US, so it would have been like 100, and then it was down and then back up at like
$300.
10 racks. What do you mean?
Well, even after retirement, his jersey still moved. Like, Kobe jersey still sold every year.
Right. So, yeah. But,
like, the price of Kobe sneakers went through the roof. Like, I can only imagine the price of, like, the Air Jordan 1, like the grail of Off-White.
Yeah, the red one, I'm looking at it now. I can just pull that up. Like, okay, I'm actually, because, Grant, you've seen these before. Hold on.
I had a kid come into the bar wearing those.
Yeah, oh my God.
It took everything in me not to be the most grimiest niggas and just take his feet, bro. Not even his shoes, the feet.
Yeah, you just be like, kid, what are you doing? Go
your
home.
Ass name is Tink Tink. Now you're going Tink 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 with your ass home with paper clips. Like, I'm taking them from the knee down. Like, fuck out of here.
It's
poor little Tink Tink.
So terrible.
Is that Cat Williams?
Is this joint?
Oh yeah.
Man. And then the blues here that came out afterwards, but it's these.
His fours.
Is it those ones that came out recently? They're just like, they look a little dirtier and they're worth like $15,000 a shot or whatever.
Nah, he did the Jordan 2, which nobody fucks with the 2s.
Yeah, nobody fucks with the
2 is one of his recent releases, and like, the sole looked dusty. Like,
yeah, he did that,
but lost him. It's crazy.
Lost another giant. What's going on? Joe's worth it. Yes, exactly. Those are crazy dice.
But you'd have to sell a fucking kidney to get them.
And a spleen. Whole spleen. That's whole.
I understand the magic of collecting sneakers, but like, if you think vinyl takes up space, man, like, you say collecting sneakers, forget about it.
I got like 6
I wear a
boxes
size
in
15
here.
shoe, bro. This This shit takes up space, bro. I got boxes over there. Like,
That's some shit.
I'm like, no, I need to stop. I need to stop collecting sneakers or buying sneakers, but I can't. Like,
So,
I only
gentlemen,
have. I only recently got a few. All right. Yes.
we are here to discuss after the somber moment. We are here to discuss our what was it? You came to us with it. Top three hip hop
I
albums
fucked up.
or top three albums? Hip hop
Our
albums.
top 3 favorite hip hop albums of all
Mhm.
time, and I hit y'all with the 5 years back,
Oh, they had to be 5 years back.
and that was the thing because anything 5 years and newer is just new wave shit. I don't believe it has any credibility to be.
No, what he's saying is it starts 5 years back, and then we could go all the way back in time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like
Damn.
from today,
Okay.
5 years back.
Like if you wanted to say whatever album Gucci Gang is on, for example, it wouldn't qualify because it's too.
You guys are gonna. Oh man, y'all gonna rob me of fucking Alfredo? Damn. All right, fine.
Well,
fine.
dude,
Really?
I mean, if you want to switch it up real quick,
no, because I have others, but
because
Alfredo's
I'll
up
call
there
out
for
the
me.
6ix9ine album. Yeah, I said it.
No. I got albums
like-
that I can go for there before there. Don't
Things
worry.
can't be classic if they're too new. They're awesome while they're new, and then as time goes by, they become classic.
But you
So it's
also,
kinda-
see, here's where you're fucking yourself because you also said our top 3, and then now you're talking about classics. So hey, hold on.
Oh no! If it's your favorite of all time, it has to have some classic appeal to you, right?
Yeah.
Actually, no, that's not true because there are albums I heard the first time. It says one of my favorites of all time, and it stayed there.
There you go.
Yeah.
But I won't blame that one. I just have many. But okay, I'm not going first. Okay.
All right, I'll go first.
I'll go first.
So,
I'll go first.
all right.
I'll go first. I started
All
this
right.
fuckery off. I'm gonna and now. Do you asked this question earlier? Do you want to go 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1,
3, 2, 1.
or in no specific order?
Ladies and gentlemen, Chopvision podcast presents our top 3 hip hop albums of all time.
So
Joe, you're up. We'll go 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1. Now I'm gonna say at number 3, The Score by the Fugees. To me, is a top 3 fucking albums of all time. I can put it on play front to back, back to front, listen to it satanically in reverse on vinyl. What do you want to say? And the album is always relevant and fresh for me. Nigga, you're not just gonna look at me like that. Like in the screen,
What do you love
giving me the dirtiest cross out.
No, I'm looking at my figs. I'm not even looking.
The score not only
What's up,
examples some of the best bars of that era.
What's good, Lee J?
Sonically, the
Happy
way it's
belated
produced and is put together is not symphonic, but like not like a symphony, but everything. It's a score. It plays so well with each other. Even the harder hip hop songs, they feel like they fit in between some of the nicer sounding ones. Plus, there's the 2 covers are 2 absolute classics.
Bangers
Before they
on
got their
Spectrum,
hands on it,
bro. Right? Like the shit that had your grandma vibing in the car, like, oh shit, he was strumming my pain. Like your grandma was vibing to that shit, bro. I don't sing.
And basically, he just dropped some drums, and Lauren just killed it. And I think it got to number 1.
I think so. I mean, I didn't do all the research like that, but I'm pretty sure that shit was like a diamond record by now. Like it's
Fuji Law. Anytime I hear it, it's incredible. Ready or Not.
right. Like yo,
Too Many MCs.
Yo, fucking the album was crazy. Like hands down, one of my.
I'm not the biggest Prosel guy, but I don't know. I love it fits. Wyclef does his thing, Lauren does her thing,
and Pros fit in where he got in.
Like if I only heard Pros verses, I'd be like, eh. But the way it fits with everything, it's brilliant, and I love it. It's in my top 15 or 20. I'd say.
Pros was a businessman. He held that shit together, man. That's why.
The egos clash so badly between Wyclef and Lauren.
Yeah, that's what happens when you jokes the girl and then dog her out, and it's Lauryn Hill. You stupid fuck. Like, of course you're gonna cause your group to break up.
And then her solo joint goes 15 times platinum, wins 7 Grammys. She shits all over you, all over the record.
Yeah. Like I'm okay, so that's like a perfect segue to somebody to name her album.
What's your favorite song off it, Jody?
My favorite song after the album would have to be Ready or Not. I think that's a classic track for me for that album that I can play on the radio. It's on Q90. It's whatever. Like it's on the beat. It comes on and I can vibe to it without even thinking about it. Like hear it and like yes.
Cowboys, nigga. Cowboys.
Probably one of my least favorite tracks on the album.
What? No, blasphemer. What? How is Cowboys one of your least favorite?
Because that wasn't when I was listening to that album the most and influenced by it.
Listen to that beat, nigga. Okay,
that was not the. We've already discussed off air that your beat like and mine are very different.
Very different, but man, Cowboys though. Cowboys. You just all right. I'm just gonna remind you real quick of what this song was.
I listened to the album this week.
You probably
the beat's playing in my head, like I hear it.
Probably my least favorite.
I don't remember Cowboys. So I'm not quite sure what it is.
No, that's a disrespect. That's a disrespect. You know
what I do remember
Cowboys.
though, which is my favorite song off it.
No, you're gonna listen to this real quick. You're gonna listen to this real quick. You don't disrespect the song.
I'm not saying it's not heat.
It's pure heat. I'm gonna cut this because I don't want to hear that. How the fuck are you not remembering that? Thank you. Yeah, how
I'm like him. I'm like you can say that, but I remember the joint.
Yeah, your blood. All right. Okay. All right. I mean, at least you picked it.
I'm like,
you're not gonna like
that album.
I want because I don't want all the controversy to be aimed at myself. So I would love, but third album. Okay. So because
all right, I'll go next.
Yeah, go next.
Are you done with the score, Joey? Anything else that's magical about it? Or?
Hey, what was that? Are you wearing my face? That's my face. Love represent. I love it.
I know where my bread's buttered.
Right?
Yeah, you get the t-shirt, you wear the t-shirt.
Subtle plug.
A little subtle.
Spoiler alert, I brought all three of my albums on vinyl.
So you've been hitting the gym.
Number 3.
Just flexing or what?
I told you, man, I'm super nerdy about this. I was preparing for 2 weeks. I'm in the library with the long newspapers on the rolls, checking shit.
You pulled out the Rolodex and shit.
Yeah. So before I get into my actual third one, there was a lot of ones that could have made it. Take Care got cut at the buzzer. Firestarter by Cardinal got cut. What else was I going to say? Those two. License to Ill got cut. Eternal 1999 got cut. I love them. They're in my top 15 or whatever. But if I did a list of the albums that built me, it'd be License to Ill, Eternal 1999, and I don't know. I pick another one. But I had the tape. I was like 11, maybe. I shouldn't have had this tape, but I had it. I listened to it front to back. Remember Club 2 video at the bottom of 45th?
Yo, shout out to Fat T-Mama, bro.
I would hang out there all the time. Mm-hmm. Telling you. So all of those didn't make it. So going right in, number 3. Unfortunately, I don't have it on vinyl, but this is his second album.
Oh. So
this is his Dark and Hell is this is Flesh of My Flesh, but the one I'm choosing is his Dark and Hell is Hot. So where is it? I took notes.
Okay, so
it debuted at number 1 on Billboard, the Hot 200, after DMX had almost zero exposure previously. It went 4 times platinum by 2000. It came out in like 98.
Okay. Was it 98?
Yeah.
Yeah, they both dropped the same year. Like bang, bang. That's right.
When I first heard Get At Me, Dog, and there was DMX's barking, and there's something in his voice, and just the way he presented
video, dog. it. And do you remember the video for that? The flashing lights, bro.
It was shot in the it was shot in the hold on. What's that place called in New York? And it's gonna bother me.
I fuck with you and that choice. That shit changed my life, bro.
You're lucky that you're breathing because you dead for the waist down. Fuck was on your mind talking that shit that you be talking. Like as soon as I heard that, and
what is this?
Yeah, as soon as I heard the album in total, I listened to it 1,000 times. It changed the way I felt about not only music but the world after I heard DMX for the first time.
They shot that video at the tunnel in New York. So that's like
right.
usually where like all the come ups go, and like when you basically if you perform there and you like survive, it's kind of like you're on. So like
There was a Funk Flex tape called The Tunnel, no?
yes, probably based off the spot name, the tunnel. So yeah. But yeah.
I mean, Stop Being Greedy, Get At Me Dog, Damien.
Yo.
Oh my god, dude. You could tell DMX just sat there and he probably wrote it effortlessly. He probably wrote it in like 2 hours. And he's like, yeah, this is some shit I'm doing when I'm talking to like the bad voices in my head, you know? And it turns out to be not only deep in the sense that it's him showing what his life is. He wants to get on. He doesn't want to sell drugs. He wants to stop killing people. But yo, Damien's telling him like, yo, that's my man. Like he's telling him to do all this shit to
I
get him
don't
ahead.
think
And he knows he's
DMX
making a deal
was
with the
ever
devil.
really a drug dealer, was he?
No,
Like he
but
was a
robbed-
stick-up guy.
That whole album is about
robbed
robbing people
everybody.
violently.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, no, it's not a question of wanting to stop selling drugs. This nigga just robbed like everybody.
Name's D
Like,
like you,
could
but my
imagine
friends call me Damien.
Damien? Like, yo,
ATF Crime Story. Dude,
ATF
I'm
is a
telling
good
you,
one.
this album is packed front to back. The most shocking thing about it is there's only one track produced by Swizz Beatz on it. It was a guy named Dame Grease who did the majority of the tracks.
Dame Grease is Dame Grease OG, man. Dame Grease is great.
Yeah. The only track Swizzy is on, and it's ironic enough, is Rough Riders Anthem.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Swizzy made that.
Yeah.
And apparently he had to fight DMX tooth and nail to get him to make it. Apparently, like he had to lose a bet and force DMX to do the track, and it turned out to be the biggest song ever.
DMX lost a bet to, I want to say it was Wah, one of Swizz Beatz's uncles.
D or Wah, one of those guys.
Yeah, it was one D or Wah. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was Wah though. I think that's what I remember. Anyway, and he's like, oh well, fuck. He's like, I knew he was gonna win the bet, so I won the bet and was like, yo, you got to do this album with my nephew. Like, you got to do this song.
And it blew up.
Yeah. Like, oh, fuck, all
And-
right. Look, I didn't want to do it, but like, took him. He wrote it in like 15 minutes or some shit. No, like it was like, get this the fuck away from me. And now,
plus the skits are insane, and the intro is one of the best intros to any album I've ever heard.
What about the first time you heard the prayer on that album?
So that song, I did it for a monologue in drama class.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got a 90 on it.
But you did.
I believe that.
And it was intense. And then like I'm talking about the like brothers in the hood that didn't make it, and then my teacher's like, she's like, ask Ronaldo, he remembers, man.
Shout out to Ren.
So, anyways, that's my number 3 album. Moving on to Skin.
Okay. Number 3 album that impacted me. We have to remember. Okay.
Let's see where this nigga goes. What?
No, don't do that. Don't do that, because
you were out here building all that shit up there going, oh, I don't know if you guys are going to think.
No, because I don't know if I want to put this at 3. Well, you're not going to fuck with it because it's Get Rich or Die Trying.
What are you talking about? A fucking legendary fucking album, bro. You serious?
But it's the 3rd. That's what I'm saying. So like, it's my 3rd. I'm surprised that you're like actually like, okay. So
the
cool,
fact that just made your list is okay with me. It means that at least one album on your list I'll fuck with.
Get Rich or Die Trying changed how people acted for 2 years afterwards.
Get Rich or Die Trying basically solidified, like, because it was that, but Blueprint has a lot to do with it too, but it was more Get Rich or Die Trying that is just like solidified production for me. Every song on that album is fire. I don't care what anybody says, and if you go back, you'll find songs that you do like. It's not even
Fuego.
Patiently Waiting is great. I like Patiently Waiting, but Many Men is way better. Many Men is so much better, and nobody gives that song enough credit because it was on like mixtape shit before. So when it came out, whatever. That Wanksters, whatever, is like a thrown-on song, fine. But then you also have
that too, because you could tell that Wankster was written in like 12 minutes, and it was like,
right.
I'm just gonna slap this nigga around with this track, and I love that too.
And it's for like,
if I can't do it,
if I can't
do it, homie, it can't.
I'm at champagne bottle pop, like go.
So that was the Dre produced track, and the thing is, like, I haven't really listened to the album in a long time, but I just know just from like, okay, what would I always like? I was still
on my rotation.
It was the time of CJEP where I was making mix CDs. I had a CD burner, and I think by the end of it, I would just make mix CDs of certain songs that I like. By the end of it, I think I had like all of the songs that I like from 50 Cent's album just on spread out through different CDs. So there's like one with 21 Questions, one with like Wankster and like In the Club, but even In the Club was just like the club song. You
PIMP's on it.
PIMP's on it, but I was more into the remix. And then there's If I Can't, sure. There is the fucking
How to Rob, bro.
How to Rob.
It wasn't on that though. It was on another tape.
No, that was on that was on his original tape. Dude, what's that other track? Fuck.
No, the one that Dre produced with the freaking
big enough to fucking hold Shaq down. What's that song? What's that?
That's a What Up Blood? What Up Gangsta?
What Up Gangsta?
That's the intro. That's the intro track. That is the fucking intro track. So yeah, which is really nice. That's the intro track. Here I got the track list. Okay, so the song starts with What Up Gangsta, then goes to Patiently Waiting. Many Men is number 4. In the Club is number 5. High All the Time, which I totally forgot, but that's also a really, really good song. Heat, which is super good. If I Can't, Bloodhound, Back Down. Is it Back? Yeah, Back Down's amazing.
Yeah, Back Down is. Yeah, we hold guns big enough to fucking hold Shaq down.
Yeah.
Dude, that's Back Down.
Like My Style is really, really great because with Tony Yayo. Poor Little Rich is great. 21 Questions is
Shout out to Tony Yayo.
Is it he? Is he? He is the one with the produced by Dre with the shotgun.
Click, he bang that song where they put that nigga in the trunk, like in the video, like they rush
and they drive off. But the actual like beat is a gun clicking.
Yep,
that shit is no. This album
Richard Die Trying was almost number 2 on my list.
Yeah, Get Rich or Die Trying is a solid number 3 for me. It just I really loved it, back to front, really, really good. It was really coming down between that and the game, the documentary, because that is just like producer superstardom all over that shit. That is probably
those were spare verses that he was gonna use for Get Rich or Die Trying, but he just threw them the game and made.
And I mean, right, and then even still, that game album,
How We Do This is How We Do.
Yeah.
It might as well just be 50 Cent rapping the whole time because you can hear it when the game starts rapping.
Yeah. It's basically that, but yeah, great album.
Yo, y'all,
Get Rich or Die Trying changed how a lot of people heard production, heard a lot of hits. In the Club made it like 50 Cent was not a good looking singing dude. He was a big jacked up. His whole thing was built off of friggin' trouble, man. 50 Cent was a whole different vibe going into the early 2000s, and most dudes wanted to act like 50 Cent.
Word.
Most of these motherfuckers did act like 50 Cent.
Yes, that's true.
The sale of fake bulletproof
and now look, 20 years later, he's super important to the culture. You know what I mean? Power. The whole Power series, a lot of people love it. He's given a lot of people opportunities as well. So, but yeah, dope album.
Very good album. All right, let's switch it up we'll switch it back around. So I'll go next for number 2 on my list.
3 and 2.
Yes, we're going to go 3 and then 2 and then back. So 2 for me this is kind of hard, but not hard, but kind of hard. Hard Knock Life, Jay-Z, Volume 2.
All right.
That's grades, if not 8, 7, probably no. This is grade 8 for me. First time really hearing Jay-Z, heard Can I Get a, and I was just like, oh shit. And then I got the album. Actually, I got the album, and then I heard Hard Knock Life, and I was like, oh wow. Like if 50 Cent's album curated like I really wanted to produce, Hard Knock Life had me wondering, what is it that they're doing to get that voice to pitch that high? Because I've heard Annie before, but I've never heard it like this. I want to know how they're doing that. How'd you get the drum, the bass line to do all that? And yeah, so Hard Knock Life is really up there for me just because it just made, like, I didn't really look at Jay-Z before that. I saw him like in videos that my sister would record and shit. And I think it was like, not Heartbreaker, the one with Foxy, Sunshine.
Oh, yeah.
All that shit was great. So I just had to.
Girl's Best Friend.
Yeah, it was just good. Great album.
Good.
So good. Intro.
Nigga, so now that you brought up Jay-Z, I got to ask you.
Yeah.
Why not Blueprint if you're going to pick a Jay-Z one?
Because
everyone's
going to pick Blueprint. Everyone's going to pick Blueprint. Everyone's going to pick Blueprint for the same reason. What?
Yeah. So if I should die on Volume 2 and what's the other one?
No, I'm not even talking about
Jigga What's on it.
I'm not even talking about if I should die. Like, okay, for me, that album.
Ride or Die's on it.
Okay, Money Cash Show is DMX. Done. So from there, I jumped into DMX because I was like, who's this guy growling on my shit? Let me go check DMX. And then I went into your third album. So that's great. Then there was Can I Get Out, which was like, okay, fine. Paper Chase is fantastic. Reservoir Dogs, get out of here. Okay. It's like that with Kid Capri. Just that beat is fantastic. I love it. Money in a Thing. Fuck out of here. No one can talk to me about that song. No one can talk to me about that song. That song is amazing. This album introduced me, not Aaliyah introduced me to Timbaland because I knew Timbaland was Timbaland for Aaliyah. Of course, older sister, 6 years older. She's listening to all the R&B, Genuine, all that shit. I'm hearing Timbo for days. But then I didn't know Timbo did rap. And then when I heard Nigga What, Nigga Who, and then I heard, like, that was the first song that introduced, first of all, that might have been the first Double Time song. Don't quote me on that, but Timbo invented Double Time. We all know that. Timbo did that. So this song,
I'm sure
Nigga What, Nigga Who,
someplace else, but yeah,
he probably did. But like Timbo being who Timbo is, just the and so this is the first song I learned how to like memorize. That song I memorized it, and not just like the Jay-Z parts, Jazzo's part. Name another person who knows Jazzo's part. And
I only know that he's on that.
Have them come talk to me, all right? Because this song is, wow. Fun fact: you play Jigga What Jigga Who. 2 seconds. 2 seconds.
Okay.
2 seconds. If you play Jigga What Jigga Who on Spotify, they completely cut a meal. There's no intro. Yeah, nothing. It just starts with his verse. Yeah, it's terrible. Go on.
Don't do that.
I got introduced to well, no, I've been around people that always fucked with Jay-Z, but I was never a fan. Like, and even that album, I was like, okay, I heard it everywhere. Like everybody was playing it, but my first Jay-Z album that I went out and bought was the Black Album.
Wow,
There's a lot of good shit before it, man.
There's so much.
Rock La Familia.
I only went back later in life as I got older. Yeah, I went back and checked out his catalog, and like I picked out some like, all right, cool, there's some bangers, there's some gems that I fuck with, but before.
No, you got 30s and new 20.
Like,
you got some.
Like my girl had Jay-Z's albums at the house. Like
I think Volume 2 is in his top 4 albums. Yes, depending what you do with Reasonable Doubt.
Reasonable Doubt is okay. So that was gonna be my 2, but then I wouldn't.
I love Reasonable Doubt, but it's not better than Blueprint. It just isn't, and it's not better than Black Album. It just isn't.
I don't.
What album was Big Pimpin' on?
Big Pimpin' was Volume 3, which is like
2,
3.
Was it? Okay.
3.
Somebody fact check because I don't know.
No, 3. It was because it was a second single. Yeah, it was the third single, and then actually they came out with a "Do It Again" with Beanie Siegel, was the first single off Volume 3, and then after that, I think it was either Hola Jovito.
I fucked with Beans and fucking Freeway and Memphis Bleak. Like I fucked with.
That's when they started coming in. They started coming in around Volume 3.
Didn't fuck with him. Like I would not go out and buy his album, but his whole team I was like good with.
Trying to find out what song it was.
But yeah, Big Pimpin' is probably my favorite Jay-Z track because of UGK. Like,
yep. You know that wasn't like that hook. They were only supposed they were all supposed to do their own hooks for Big Pimpin', and then when Bun B did his hook, Big Pimpin' spending G's and all that, they're like, "No, we're gonna use that shit."
Use that? Like,
yeah.
Fuck whatever you got to say. We're using that.
Bun B went to Trinidad and was on the boat, did the whole video shoot, and then afterwards, Pimp C was like, "I'm not going to be in the video. I'm not going to be in the video." And then they finally got him in the video. He shot that. They shot that video on the beach in Miami with him in that fur coat, with him and the girl. Like, okay, when it came time to do the video shoot, he was like, "I'll do the video shoot finally." Nah, they couldn't find him. Right? Jay-Z and them couldn't find him. He
wasn't even answering Bun B's calls.
He wasn't answering Bun B's calls. Mans was laid up with the next girl that was supposed to be in the video too.
Yeah. And he was in Miami anyways, and he wasn't showing.
Right. So basically, it was really funny. But yeah,
I mean, that's Pimp C, bro. Like, not saying he was the easiest cat to get along with, but
open wide. Oh, fuck. In my hood, they call it Buck. Just so good.
In my hood,
but yeah,
any other big points off of Volume 2 you want to hit?
Any big points off of album 2 I want to hit? Yeah, just we laid the track listing, so it was all good just a week ago. Too short. Check the album. It's great.
Reservoir Dogs is one of those underappreciated launching points for that era of hip hop. Like Reservoir Dogs was fucking dope.
Yeah. I don't remember it too well because probably not one of my favorite songs off the album, but yeah, you can say that. You're the analyst here. I'm just a guy who produces music and just
y'all are naming Jay-Z tracks that I have no recollection of at all.
Show love is the Brooklyn way, but we'll get to that later. All right, Joey, you want to go or do you want me to do mine?
No, go ahead, bro. We're gonna go.
All right,
I'm gonna finish it.
In the year 2005, in his second album, this young man debuted at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 200, sold 800,000 units in his first week of the album being out, beating number 2 by 600,000 units, which
Talk your
ironically happens
shit.
to be Tony Yayo's predicate felon, whatever. The one with Shorty So Seductive dancing on me.
Yeah.
That was number 2, and it lost by 600,000 units. I think it's his second best work, and it changed my life. There's a lot of magic on here. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Mr. Kanye West
I knew you were
and
going to say,
Late
yeah,
Registration.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Can't believe I got that. Good job. All right.
Where do I begin?
Drive slow.
Wake up, Mr. West, Mr. West.
That
Mr.
too.
West, Mr.
Yeah.
West. Blink, 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 blink. The production, the end to end is flawless.
Was crazy.
Well, you got to talk about the guy who also helped him co-produce it, who was also like, what was her name? Fiona.
I was gonna say the guy that was supposed to help, and you're like her name.
No. It was he had a co-producer on this album that made Kanye shit sound all kind of orchestrated. So like if you go from College Dropout to this, you'll have like Kanye was like his soul sample stuff, but then this one is where he started bringing in the strings and shit. So all those songs was like, it was great.
So
really
this was not only bar for bar, maybe not as rappity rap good as College Dropout, but the bars took on a different maturity, and it was the introduction of asshole Kanye West.
Yep, it was.
I was sick of award shows. Had nobody kill me. Only rapper that got robbed and kept all his jewelry. Alicia Keys tried to talk some sense to them. Like Diamonds from Sierra Leone, he comes out and he tells them like, "Yo, I deserve every award. I deserve all of your praise. I'm fucking Kanye, and I'm here now, and I'm never going away." And he kind of made good on it.
Definitely did.
Sit your ass down, Kanye. Ain't nobody trying to. I'm the great. Shut up. We know you're the greatest. Like we get it. But if you keep telling me that you like Muhammad Ali would only been able to tell me he was great for so many times, but I get it. I know what you're about to say.
Let me tell you something. As a person, and I'm a little just legit say this because fuck them. As legit one of the best producers in this goddamn city, and I ain't make it. You got to tell people you're the greatest.
Talk your shit.
You got to be the. You got to tell people. You have to tell as one of the greatest producers in the city. Who has not made it, who didn't know out here with whatever, you got to tell people you're the greatest. Otherwise, they will purposely not look at you. They will be like, oh, he's really good. Let's just drown him.
Absolutely.
Like, I hear you, and I'm not saying it, but at the same time, if you continuously say that, okay, you're the greatest. Fine.
Listen, do you know how many people
we the best? Aren't you tired of hearing him say we the best? Another one?
Talk your shit because you are the best because you got there and you can still talk your shit. You know how many people that I want to talk about the certain things I got going on with a certain company, but I can't, and I want to be like, man, fuck you. Y'all didn't think I would get anywhere from this. Of course, talk your shit when you can't do it. But I hear what you're saying about
Jamie Foxx was just clear of collecting an award, Oscar, for playing one of the best soul singers of all time, and he's singing "She Take My Money."
Yep.
Kanye is mapping out the roadmap to financial ruin for getting these girls pregnant and fucking up as a celebrity and athlete. He gave you the roadmap in a boppy top 40 hit. And that's just Jamie Foxx. He brought back Nas on this album with We Major. You hadn't heard from Nas in a while.
Right.
The bad shit with Khalees had just started happening. It was in the news.
Like you do your thing and roll up and watch how we roll up.
Yeah, and it wasn't a fantastic Nas verse. I actually feel like it's a touch weak. He's like, I didn't know if I should freestyle or write. Should I talk about the mic? Like it felt like it felt like he threw together kind of. I don't know. I didn't love it, but
everything before him is good. You crack music
with the game.
I love that because this is
Brandy. Bring Me Down.
Yep.
The hook is amazing. Who's checking for Brandy in 05?
I mean,
but Kanye knew it. Kanye heard it. He's like, Brandy's gonna kill this bitch.
I think we need to more or less mention how this is the first song, crack music was the first song to be like featuring the person, and the nigga just did a hook. But because it was 05, that's when you had to do. And that's when it started doing that. People would be like, oh, you're gonna get a game verse of Kanye? No, you're just getting a hook.
Right. And you know what? It's better than if he had a verse.
Yes.
It's perfect.
Because then Lil Wayne did Barry Bonds, and you're like, why'd you do that, Lil Wayne? Yeah, that was not great.
Well, I didn't pick Graduation, did I?
I mean, hold on. You didn't pick.
Also, I have to make sure I say this, and I can't forget it. Roses and Hey Mama are two very important songs to me personally. Hey Mama is one of those songs that make me feel like I could fly.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Roses, it's so like not only is the production great, it's so you're there in the hospital room with them in the waiting room feeling like shit with Kanye as he's bringing you through this song.
Right.
And how the nurse is asking them to sign T-shirts, and he's pissed. Then he's mad because his grandma's dying.
No, I mean, fuck. How do you top? Like, I don't. Here we go again. Like, the internet's gonna eat me the fuck up. I don't really fuck with Kanye neither. Like, that's not. Like, I think he's a
that's
better
okay. That's
producer.
okay.
And the song I did like by him that I got introduced through the wire, I love that track. Now, had he continued or I'd been introduced to other shit on that manner, I probably would have still fucked with Kanye. But I was on a whole other coast. Wow.
I'll tell you this: if you follow Kanye's ride, it's not a boring one. You know what I mean? If you watch Kanye through the years, it's not boring. It's definitely something.
I mean, like just the little shit that I do know is like, oh, okay, well,
the skits were very good.
Yeah, broke, they broke. We ain't got it.
Broke five broke. Yeah, he was in a Veda Kappa.
Dude, I'm gonna go off on a Kanye tangent here later or tomorrow and just listen to like.
It's all right, man.
Album. No, go.
Just to listen to every album because I'm picking up.
You can stop at eases. You can stop at eases. Really.
There's some good ones on Pablo, but then after that, it's pretty much dead.
Yeah, continuously it goes great up in the
That's my number 2.
Nice.
Again, I had a lot of trouble. I could have switched this with a couple other Kanye ones, right?
Definitely, but yeah, you had a
because College Dropout and Dark Fantasy they're both wonderful albums, and Dark Fantasy is his masterpiece.
This is better in my opinion. I didn't love Dark Fantasy like that.
Fair enough. I feel like it's the perfect combination of the different pieces of Kanye smashing at the time.
I feel like he was too far. He was heading towards like mega ego, like I can support you, but I can't fuck with you, Kanye. Whereas here he was still like, you know what I mean? Like as you said, this is the beginning of asshole Kanye. I think like he
was still kind of humble.
He became a scary superstar once Graduation rolled around.
Right. And he also had some time between this one. Well, yeah, great Graduation. Anyways, yeah, we won't get into that.
All right, so that was number 2.
So my number 2 album, I don't remember when it came out. I'm not that dude.
You ain't getting on my show, nigga.
What up, Ammo?
What up, Ammo? How you doing, boss?
Yeah. So my second album brought me into a whole other genre. I wouldn't even say. Well, yeah, I guess it's a different genre of hip hop that I fucked with because I was a West Coast cat when it came to hip hop. Like I fucked with NWA. I fucked with Too Short. Like that whole vibe was my shit. But Onyx, back the fuck up.
Yeah, I kind of knew this was coming.
Like this fucking album changed my life, bro.
What up, bros?
I went from khakis and fucking Chucks and like Cortezes to a black hoodie, black pants, and black boots, and bald head, goon shit in these fucking streets, bro. It was like oh shit, the New York has a lane, like the East Coast has a lane for me. And when I heard like Slam, I remember I can't remember how old I was, but I was chilling upstate New York, bro, like in the country, like not even city, in the country. And this came on TV on MTV, bro. And you want to talk? I won't say I was the only nigga because that's not true. There was other like a female, right? But I popped off to it. You couldn't tell me shit, bro. Like they had lowriders in the video. I was like, yo, that's what I fuck with is lowriders and shit. But it's like, stop! Holy fuck! The album changed my fucking life.
The vibe that I was telling you about catching off of It's Dark and Hell is Hot is what you caught off of Back the Fuck Up 2 years ago.
Now, this is what I'm saying is that by
that aggression, that on the block, this
over to where I fucked with DMX. Like I fucked with all the hard raps, like most of the Rough Rider shit I fucked with due to off of Back the Fuck Up, opened that whole laneway up where I was like, all right, cool. When something in New York would come out that sounded like that grimy, low down, shifty shite, like shifty, like come on. Yo, Whew.
I only got to meet Sticky Fingers the one time, but he talks exactly like he sounds in the raps.
Oh man, Sticky, bro. Like he is.
Shout out to Sticky.
Shout out to
I was
Sticky.
intimidated as fuck meeting him. That's the
I've
night.
seen him
That's the
twice.
night we were there for Beat Nuts and Drew the Damager.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so you were there with it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was backstage chilling with Doc, and then Sticky's just sitting there, and I'm like, "Yo, I'm gonna go say hi." And he's like, "All right, go." Walk up, like, "Hey, how you doing? I'm a fan." And he's like, "All right, cool." He's like, "Yo, you drink Hennessy, Doc?" Yes, sir, I do. Like,
I drink gasoline,
like,
motherfucker.
have a Hennessy. Have a Hennessy with me, Doc. What is it? I'm like, "Yeah, man, fan for a long time. You know, I really like how back the fuck up. It has the desired meaning, but there's also some space in there, like back the fuck up.
You really met
more.
dude for the first time and talked to him about his own shit?
Yeah, and he said, "Yeah, dog," because like he's like it lets people know that we're coming, but also like don't get fucking near me, God.
I love you for that.
Verbatim. That's exactly what he said. And I'm like, cool.
Shout out to you. Shout out
to you for having, man, using that 2 minutes to not fumble your words and actually getting a sentence out. Not many people can do that, let alone like an articulated question like that. Like I really, yes.
Well, and he also doesn't look like a dude you could just waste his time. So if I said, "Hey, I'm a fan," he said, "Don't talk to me," I just wouldn't talk to him and I'd leave him alone, right? But yeah, he was super cool, man. Shout out to Sticky. I never got to meet Fredo. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, God, no offense, but like, there's only room for one of us on this couch, God. Like,
all right then. Like, I'm out. Like, it's cool.
Yeah,
you can have the couch. Like, it's fine. Like, I don't fucking need it. Like,
I'm not so familiar with the album though. What are the big cuts off it for you?
Me and Jack, the Black Vagina Finder, bro. That song was the most thing. When I heard that, I was like, just me and Jack. Yo, what the fuck? Fire track, slam, fucking shifty. Fucking, there's so many tracks to the album, bro, that it's. I can't even say that word. I like to use that word. I can't. Like, the album hands down changed my fucking world, bro. Like, and then going on to React from or All We Got Is Us, like the next album. What? Like,
Not old, and it's funny because like, Fredro Starr was in a lot of movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like he blew up big into the pop realm, a lot bigger than some people.
What time is it? Like, yo, and I love that.
He was in
playing as a teenager. Like, I fuck with.
What's the one with the skinny girl? The skinny girl and the guy from Barbershop. Yeah, exactly. Julia Stiles. That's exactly who she is. Yeah, Malachi. He's beating some guy up in the club. She's like, "Oh, I just want to dance. Your friends are too gangster for me."
Shouts to Fredro, who immediately upon meeting me the second time was just like, "Yo, we got a Foot Locker around here," and forced me to go shoe shopping with him. So that was an intimidating experience. Listen, because check it.
Start coming to my and say, "Nigga, we're going fucking sneaker shop." I'm going.
Yes, but remember, Fredro. Okay, Fredro Starr when he's Fredro Starr all the time unless he knows you, and then he's like, right? So this is.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know that. I want you to be
chill. No. It's the same. It's the same motherfucker, but like it's just it's the aggressiveness is there. So you're almost intimidated. Like, okay, he wanted trees, so we got him trees. Of course, the goof that I was with actually wanted money. Most people would be like, "Oh, Fredro wants weed. I'm gonna just give him weed." This guy, he's like, "Well, yo," I was like, "Is he gonna?"
Yo, it's 60 for the quarter, bro.
No, but listen, dog was like, "Yo, so like, it was. So is he gonna give me the cash?" I wasn't about to front. Right, I wasn't about to front homie, so I literally had to go to Fredro and be like, "Yo, like, dude wants his cash," and he, Fredro dead looks at me in the face. He's like, "Word?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Fuck you, nigga!" Like, gives me the cash, but at the same time, like, taps me on the shoulder and looks back at biggest smile. So almost like, I didn't see that shit. He's like, "You didn't see nothing." That was it. So Fredro, big shouts to Fredro. Yeah, he did a lot of shit after that. He's acting all over the place, and I think this just kind of made them both get that recognition. Fucking Sticky was Blade. Sticky was Blade. He was Blade on the USA Network. He was a Marvel character. Fuck out of here.
Was he?
Yeah, he replaced Wesley Snipes in the USA Network series Blade that had 2 seasons because Wesley didn't want to come back. So yeah, Sticky's got his belt too for acting.
Hey man, I think Onyx doesn't get the love they deserve. Maybe get Onyx on Versus because we're talking about giving people their flowers.
Nah, I don't. Onyx don't need to be on Versus. Like, I don't. And as a fan of Versus,
Great album too. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Infamous
Very good album.
Element.
Definitely
Yeah,
was
it's
in
fantastic.
fucking. It
Thank
was
you, Lee
definitely
J,
in
for
the
mentioning
list.
that. Yes,
Definitely on the list, but not on the list. Honorable mention for sure.
Honorable
Which
mention.
All
I
right.
don't know if, so
Number ones, boys.
You go. You
This-
go.
I, I don't want.
Donnie Boy's
I'm
go.
gonna lead off.
Yeah, you lead off.
Yeah,
Switching
we'll
up.
let you go. Well, yeah.
In 1994, this artist's debut album went 6 times platinum. Not in that year, but once it was done. This is an album that changed every single second of my life after I heard it from the first time. I still quote it constantly. I still listen to it constantly. I love it so much so that I told my wife when we were having a boy that we were going to name him Christopher Wallace Crevier. And I
Didn't
almost
land,
split it by her.
did
Almost split it by Terry. And
You
she's like,
should have
wait a
just
minute.
said Christopher. You should have just
Yeah,
said Christopher,
yeah.
and it slid in the Wallace
Yeah,
on the paper. What y'all?
definitely should have
Yeah,
just done that.
exactly. Yeah, well, she's coming off the freezing. Like,
Right?
anyways, this is not only my favorite album of all time, but I will put it track for track against any single album anyone picks for the greatest of all time. You guys know what it is. Ready to Die by the Notorious B.I.G. Call the crib, same number, same hood. It's all good.
Listening to that album today brought me back the memories of, yo, this fat, nasty, ugly looking nigga made it cool to be a fat, nasty, ugly looking nigga where bitches still wanted to holler at you because you were a fat nigga.
You went from ashy to classy.
That's true.
Like, and that's no disrespect to Biggie whatsoever. I mean, I went a fair amount of time of my life.
What do you mean? That's got you a lot of pussy.
Girls girls say they missed me. What is it? Y'all say Kimmy pissed me. Now they want to kiss me. Girls in the day used to diss me. I never would thought it would happen. This rapping stuff. I was too used to packing gas and stuff. Now the honeys play me close like butter plate toast.
Butter plate toast, bro.
Not only is Juicy one of the big like pillar songs of hip hop, it's just fun. It takes it into his life for 3 verses. And there's some tragedy and there's a lot of fun. And it is one of these single examples that for every single track on it, the bars are fucking bulletproof. I don't think he wastes a line on this album. Maybe a couple of lines don't hit, but every single thing he raps on this album is impeccable.
Now, that being said, how do you think he would have been without Diddy?
I don't know.
Say Primo had scooped up Biggie. How do you think that shit would have popped off?
I don't know. I think Diddy took it and ran with it in a way that made it pop, right? Diddy had work. Diddy had Craig Mack. He already had, I think, maybe
100%. I'm not taking anything away from Diddy by any means, but I think that if you had put Biggie with Primo, it still would have been the same fucking thing. Like, he would have set out craziness, but it would have been more harder rather than.
I think Diddy was very instrumental in keeping him out of trouble and working his hardest to keep him focused on the path he had. And like Biggie always says, you see tons of in all these documentaries, he says my instinct was just to go back to the corner because that's what I know, that's what I do. Like, and he's like it's the only thing I'm better at than rapping.
Damn.
Notorious. I think his talent was undeniable. I think not only his rhythms, but just his presence. That bass.
As I got older, and
he had an attraction to him that he would have got on somehow.
Like, I agree with you. Now that I'm older, well, not now. Like, I made peace with the stupidity of the '90s hip hop. But yeah, like, I didn't fuck with him when I was younger, but as I got a little older, after they both died, I was like, all right, cool. Like, let me give it and regrettably missing some of the classic bars to that part of my life. Had I listened to that then, probably would have been a different situation. Like, the soundtrack to life after having that album was crazy.
I mean, I've listened to it at different stages in my life and heard different things in the bars as I progress through my life, and I feel different experiences and I see things differently than the way I feel them now, right?
100%.
It's one of those checkpoints that I can't always go back to and listen to it again and see how it makes me feel then and now. Same thing with Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park. We're not discussing that stuff tonight, but Hybrid Theory, like Linkin Park's the same way. At different points in my life, I go back to it, I listen to it, and I see it completely different because my experience is different today.
doing this list made me realize that there was a giant chunk of my life where I didn't really fuck with hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
I
I'm
jammed
kind of
on
like
a
that
lot
now.
of
This is the most hip hop
metal.
I've listened to in a while.
Like I fucked with the Corn, the Limp Bizkit. Yeah, I said it. People didn't fuck with. I was one of them motherfuckers. I
Hit
seen
from
them
the
shits
limp,
live.
man.
Dope. I enjoyed that genre of music. Rage Against the Machine. Like there was a giant chunk of life where I didn't listen to hip hop. I listened to new metal, whatever
Yeah,
you
well,
call it.
at the time, hip hop was undeniable. It was coming on strong, and a lot of these people grew up in neighborhoods where you would hear it. Some kids were punk rock, and other kids listened to hip hop. You go to
Hip hop
Brooklyn, man.
through
The
and
Beastie
through.
Boys came out of Brooklyn. They're a punk rock
And
band that kind of
but then they
raps
merged
like in the
together. They
first couple
became
albums.
friends. And the
Yeah.
guys that rap became friends with the guys that play guitars. And then I got this whole genre. Like I was gonna put Body Count on my list. Before we switch, I was gonna put Body Count on my list because Ice-T is a
Wow.
fucking legend.
He
And
is.
doing the hip hop with the metal, like KKK Bitch is a fucking fantastic track. Like, how are we not today? Relevancy of Cop Killer could be a solid fucking album, like track.
Yeah.
You play that shit as somebody remix that and put that back the fuck out, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna go like triple quadruple wood in the hood, bro. Like,
you're not lying though.
Like I was
Absolutely.
gonna add that to the list, but I thought both of y'all would be like, okay, not today, Satan. Like, lost your fucking mind. So I did.
No, I wouldn't know.
So I still want to know
No.
what's your favorite track
I
off
think-
of Ready to Die is.
I think that's a different conversation when you want to talk about Ice-T and Body Count. You know what I mean? Because there's good stuff to discuss involving that and what that set off at the time, right? Anthrax did a song with was it PE?
Dude, the Judgment Night soundtrack also came to my mind when we were doing this. I was like,
Mhm.
oh, I fucking love the Judgment Night soundtrack. Like Onyx and Biohazard. I was like, Judgment Night! Like, yo.
So to take a quick stroll through the track list, the intro's amazing. Things Done Change is amazing. Give It a Loot is so much fun with the dual voices and just the whole thing. Like if you listen to that song, 1,000,000% Biggie has robbed somebody in his life. Like he has done a robbery or two. Warning, fantastic. Again, the skit before Warning is fantastic. Everyday Struggle. Me and my bitch, Big Papa, Respect with Diana King.
No,
you gotta respect all the gunman.
Yo, that right there was my favorite song on the whole fucking album. And I'm not even kidding.
And Biggie's going off, big up, because obviously Biggie's shaking, right? And he's loving it. And he gets to do music with Diana King. That's in 1994, right after Shy Guy. That was she one of the biggest reggae artists in the world at the time.
Hands down.
Yeah.
I'm sure she had a catalog previous to that, right?
Yeah.
But nothing on
And that's the verse with
1970
something. I don't sweat the date. My mom was late, so I had to plan my escape. That's that one. It's fucking brilliant. Ready to Die, One More Chance, Fuck Me Interlude, The What, Juicy, Friend of Mine, Unbelievable, Suicidal Thoughts, and Who Shot You on the Extended. Juicy, The What with Meth.
The What with Meth was great.
Yeah. It's so effortless that these guys are just dope. Like, there's no, I need 6 weeks to get my verse back to you. These guys probably went in there. They were just two of the dopest MCs breathing at the time. Went off a big one and made a brilliant song.
A fucking certified classic.
Friend of Mine's amazing, unbelievable. I don't know, man. I don't know. I do know. There's so much of hip hop that is colored by this album, and it's set a bar that still hasn't been, approached by most of the music that's come out since then. Ready to Die, even with Power Creep, you know what I mean? Even with, we have new classics and it's starting to get further back in our history, I think still sets a bar very, very high. Okay. And that's why it's my favorite hip hop album of all time.
Now,
all right.
You want to go?
What are you guys' favorite tracks off it?
Oh,
I just told you, Respect was my jam from that album.
Yeah, I like the What with Method Man. So that
I made it out. I'm bringing mad joy. The doctor looked and said he's gonna be a bad boy.
Yeah.
That I respect. Yo, I wasn't even Jamaican, bro. And I was running around with the crazy man axe. I was doing my thing. Like I ain't even fronting. Like I was fucking straight culture
Method Man
vulture.
says in the documentary that two of the most rhythmic guys he's ever worked with in his life are Busta and Biggie, and both of them are Jamaican. There's a different rhythm in the vocality of speaking patois.
Facts.
You know what I mean? There's a
All right, Skinny.
the timing and the rhythm and the how things hit in the sentence structure. It gives you such a better control of especially rapping.
Oh, this was a heavy hitter. I'm looking at it now. Yeah, a lot of good ones on this.
Like he wastes almost 0 bars in it. Everything has its place.
Yeah, no, everything's really good. Unbelievable is probably up there with me. Everyday Struggle is probably up there with me. It's a lot of good joints. A lot of good joints. My man Easy Mo B is on like all of this, so that makes me very happy.
Machine Gun Funk.
Yeah. That is
I live
fantastic.
for the funk. I die for the funk.
The funk.
Yes, Corey Chan. That's what up, dog. He's out there watching, checking.
Yeah.
What's good, boss?
I got Gin Mad Blunts and Richard Sugden. The funk, baby.
So Chops, it's your show, so you're gonna end it with your favorite. I'm gonna go, and a lot of people wouldn't expect this, but at the same time, they probably would. So
if it's Deltron 3030, I'm getting up and leaving because
I actually really love that album, and I saw
of course it's amazing.
I saw that shit like live. It was fucking nuts.
What a hipster pick! Actually, my favorite hip hop album of all time is Deltron
3030. That would be so nuts. Nah, it's Busta Rhymes Are Coming.
Yeah, fucking right.
His first one, it really, and I should not have been listening to this album when it came out, and I did. Older Sister again, so it dropped to like 95, tail end 95, coming through 96. Busta Rhymes studio debut on his own after leaving Leaders of the New School. Just fantastic album. The intro, obviously, with his Lord Have Mercy and Rampage, his cousin, and the whole pushing of there's only 5 years left, and the end of the world and that thing, because people really thought that. Fine. Do My Thing is a really, 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 really good intro song, and people don't really kind of give him enough credit for just Do My Thing, which is watch me get down and just do my thing, baby. But Busta Rhymes is look. People want to talk about, they don't give Busta Rhymes his flowers. Trevor might be a dickhead, I don't know, but his overdubs, his whole energy.
His government name?
Yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna Trevor. Busta
Trevor Smith.
Trevor
Jones.
Smith. Yeah, Trevor Smith.
Busta Bus.
Yeah, Busta Bus. Another.
No, he's Busta fucking Rhymes. Like, we all stop just humanizing Busta Rhymes, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
Busta, what it is right now. Busta Rhymes has changed hip hop so many times.
Yeah, as I was saying, the song, the track listing, Do My Thing's great.
You're not wrong saying he's underrated and how he doesn't get his flowers when he deserves it.
I'm not. Is it that this album to me just means a lot in terms of just, again, these are our top albums. You're saying that there's no album that can beat Ready to Die. I will give you.
I'm not saying there's none that can, but in my
literally
eyes,
said that.
You're gonna have to bring it.
That. Those are words that literally came out of your mouth.
I should have elaborated a little bit. If you're gonna tell me that there is a better album than Ready to Die, you better come prepared.
I'm not, because I don't feel like there, in terms of in this era, there's no like.
It's also personal too. It's your favorite, not the world's favorite.
Taking the words out of my mouth. Shit. But basically, yeah. Yeah. It is in that genre, in that era, albums like that, Ready to Die, this, it's really just what it means to you. So, I mean, Wuha, everybody got reintroduced to Busta off Wuha. I got you all in check. He produced that album. He produced that song, sorry. It's a Party with Zane. Come on, stop. Ill Vibe with Q-Tip. Stop.
Like Tom Cruise.
Right? Flip Mode Squad meets Def Squad. And I'm sure you guys, I didn't know this until the time, but from what, the Vibe Chemist Backspin, which I had no idea who this was, but like looked them up. Great producer collaborative that done a lot of tracks that we don't know. Well, we do know them, but we didn't know we did them. So that song with Def Jam and just Redman, Keith Murray, Rampage, Lord Have Mercy Be on that, still great. Keep It Moving with Leaders of the New School. So him reuniting with Leaders of the New School on a posse cut was fantastic. Produced by Jay Dilla. This Busta introduced me to Jay Dilla. Jay Dilla is a big influence of how I produce and what I do now. Same as Timbo. So if everybody kind of goes back and checks, there's a lot of producers on these albums that influence how I make music now, and that's essentially where Busta Rhymes Coming is the top of the tippity, because it's really why I was like 8 years old when this shit came out. Shouldn't have been listening to it. Way too much swearing.
How old?
Oh my god.
What year
It
did
was
the album come
absolute
out?
fire.
Well, what?
What year did the album come out?
95.
95.
I might have been 10. Sorry, I might have been 10. Yeah, I was 10.
I was 15, and that was my shit.
Yeah.
Like,
you and my sister are the same age. Yeah, you and Keela are the same age, right?
Like,
so, yeah.
Where I went musically after that,
yeah,
was crazy too. Like, it's funny because you came out with 95. The album came out.
Yeah.
96 is when my favorite album was released to the earth. And I was falling right off of like The Coming with Busta Rhymes. Like, that was a crazy fucking album. When I remember hearing,
my bad. It dropped March 26, 96. It was recorded 95, 96. So there you go.
There you go. Same year. Same year. 96 was a big year for fucking music for me.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Like,
and again, like a lot of these albums we're naming, music didn't sound the same after they came out. Once Busta Rhymes maybe Busta Rhymes didn't influence a lot of people to try to sound like him, but everybody wanted Busta Rhymes on their albums because his sound was so undeniable and so unlike anything.
Yeah, his features went up after this to a crazy. Yeah, it was heavy.
And I don't feel
old time killing, man. Cardinal and Busta Rhymes. Dude,
Spliff Star gets enough credit like that.
Nope, no, he doesn't.
Like, he don't get nowhere near the love that he should.
No, he does not.
Crazy and as hype as Busta is, when Spliff Star is right, I takes that shit to a whole other fucking level of
craziness, man.
Like,
crazy.
Whew.
I think it's a fantastic work. Busta Rhymes deserves all the flowers you could fucking cut.
Great. What were you saying, Chops?
What's your favorite song on that album?
Everything Remains Raw.
Ooh.
Why?
Oh, I didn't say why.
Video. No, but like the video, there wasn't even a video for it. So if I got introduced to Busta through the video, not even the albums, the video of Woo-Ha Got You All in Check. But at the beginning of Woo-Ha Got You All in Check, they're driving in a car, and that shit's being shot with the fucking fishbowl thing through the rear, not even rear view mirror, the side mirror, and it's just Busta going off, yelling at you, and you're wondering, who is this person? and you're like, all right, it's Busta Rhymes coming too hardcore, and you're like, all right, chill out, please. I rewrote everything, remade. And you're like, all right, listen, dude, you need to chill out. Right when you're about to jump into the song, like, oh, this is dope, it switches to Woo-Ha, and you're like, where's it? So yeah,
this motherfucker just slapped me in the face in my living room watching.
Yo. I was like, okay, yeah. I want to be where you're at, and they even have really great weed back then. So like, holy shit, these guys are just amped off of like their own energy, and it kills me that like back then, right? So like you're thinking 95, 96, because we're our age, we're thinking all these guys must have been like our age doing this shit. Oh, these guys are like 20 something, 21.
Snoop Dogg's like 17 in the G-Thang video, like,
right? But it's so nuts because we look at what the 17 and 20-year-olds are doing now. You're like, well, that's just peculiar. But flip it, and that shit was way peculiar back then for probably either our parents or the people who came out from like the early beginnings of hip hop, and then they saw like this. So yeah.
So I want to
got a tail end of greatness.
I want to go off and say something because both of you know that I hate this artist, like that I'm about to mention. This is an honorable mention off the list, but you talking about 17-year-olds in the new wave of Little Uzi Vert. You know I don't fuck with this little nigga at all.
He raps though. He raps his ass
off.
Both
of you know this, that I don't fuck with this kid. Well, he is my son's favorite fucking artist. Of course, you know when they say like your kid's gonna be the thing that you hate them. Like,
good on your son.
Yeah. Will be nice. So, and he's.
I thought Juice WRLD had a lot of.
Now his Juice WRLD's freestyles to me, like I didn't fuck with his music, but then when I listened to some freestyle, I was like, oh shit, this kid's got bars.
Yeah, when you tap into it and realize a lot of these kids did their research and do have the bars, like Uzi was rapidy rap before, but then they realized, well, if I need to make money now, I need to do this shit. But
So,
yeah,
Eternal Take, I believe, was the name of the album. I
mm,
think I listened to that album front to back because we were doing all of this, and I was like, you know what, let me get in touch with the. Maybe I'll just hit him with like, maybe this album's actually fire. 6 songs of the album, the first 6 songs. If it was that, I could fuck with that whole thing. But the other 8 songs or whatever the fuck's on it,
weird.
Shit started getting weird for me, and I was like, and like my son's sitting there and he's fucking vibing and he's going. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on in your head right now, little nigga. Something. What's wrong with you? Like, I'm not understanding. I'm not saying this, but like my face expression is like, what the fuck is going on? Like, and the hair was out, so it wasn't braided, so nigga was a little fro. I'm like, what in the?
To add to your honorable mention, go on, keep going.
So I tried, like I didn't. I'm not gonna tell people. I tried, and I understand where this is leading into my album because my son's 13 and I was 16 when this album came out, my favorite album. But to see how my parents would look at me listening to this, and I'm looking at him, like I see where, like they're like, "Why are you? No, no. Am I a bad parent? Turn that shit the fuck up! Like I don't want to hear that." Like,
my mother could not believe what she was hearing when she listened to DMX before she gave it to me. Because she was like, rappers, I'm listening to it first. My mother was appalled. She still gave me the album.
It's ashamed how rap got that though. Like, you know what I mean? But I get it. But wow.
DMX is saying some shit on there that most people should be hearing, let alone her 12-year-old son.
My mom bought me the Doggy Style album by Snoop Dogg.
She had no business buying you that.
Had no idea. Like, just picked up, I want this. All right, cool. Like, in a hustle and bustle, I totally fucking, I low-key scanned that in, like, oh, hey, can I get this album? Sure, no problem. Whatever. Just shut the fuck up, put in your headphones and be a teenager and walk the fuck away kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, you're listening to that, you're not bothering us kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, slid the album in, and then she hears it later, and she's like, what the fuck did I buy? Like,
guess who's back in the motherfucking house? Big fat dick for motherfucking house.
This is some niggas got back to my G's.
Oh, jeez. Like, I learned how to play down the piano from hearing that.
I want to be a motherfucking gang, like hustler. You better ask somebody.
That song, man.
Like this. So like, yeah. So looking back, I'm like, oh shit. So
this is the Jack Off Hour with DJ Easy Dick,
right? Like, so my favorite album, number 1 album of all time for me, undeniable. Let me show him off. He's over there. It's All Eyes on Me. Tupac, yes, all day, hands down. Put me on a deserted island with just that double CD, and I am fucking good. I don't need nothing else. I'm solid. Thug life all day. Yes,
I listened to it front to back recently, and I forgot how incredible this album is. And there's a lot of music on it.
I want to say first double hip hop album with original content. I may be wrong, but I believe I read that somewhere.
No, you're
Google right. Bless me with that.
That's not a compilation. It probably is because not only that it was that ambition massive for hip hop at the time. Tupac he pumped out the songs.
This nigga got released from jail, went to the studio and dropped a double album, bro.
I mean, you got a lot to say, bro. You're in jail, no internet. You know what I mean? Like,
how much shit was written the fuck down to, like, yo, just, whoo, yeah. Album change. It was the year I lost my grandmother. Like, the album came out, I lost him. Like, that was a big fucking year for me. And that album today still resonates with me, like, hands down. I mean, you got 2 of America's most fucking wanted on that album.
Ain't nothing but a gangster party.
I mean, the video kind of fucks with yo number 1 pick a little bit. Like, I mean, we both know that was 2 homies that went through some shit, and then it ended up being beef that could have been resolved with a conversation and a fucking hug, bro. Like, let's be honest.
Absolutely.
between the two cats, like it could have been resolved with just that. Like, yo, my bad, nigga. Yeah, me too. Let's put out a fucking album and make $1 zillion. Like
I
it could have
missed out on
totally.
so much of Pac because I was so stubborn that I love
And
Biggie,
I
so I
missed out
couldn't
on
fuck with
so
Pac.
much of Biggie, bro, because I was like, yo, fuck Biggie, fuck Jay-Z, fuck Mobb Deep. Like, yo, all of that shit. I rode for Death Row. Like that was my shit. I was a fan of Death Row Records before Pac got on it. And I was a fan of Pac before he got to Death Row. And when you put my favorite rapper and my favorite record label and slam them motherfuckers together and put some Hennessy and a little bit of fucking Alizé and send that shit down the street in a 6'4", I am in, bro. Like, hands down. Skinny over here just waiting to talk some shit. I don't give a fuck.
I don't have any shit to talk because I don't know the album.
And that's insane.
What?
How do you not know the album, bro? Like, that's disrespectful.
Not
It's a staple.
disrespectful. It's not disrespectful at all because I explained to you why it's not disrespectful. It's like me and Nas. I see Nas. I don't respect. Like, okay, I respect Nas. I just don't listen to Nas. I respect Tupac. I just like
and
me. And it's not no diss.
All
just
about
like,
you. Every other
yeah.
thing.
Nas is really, really good.
Nas is super good.
Really, really
but
good.
Nas is super good. Nas also made Uchiwali. And I'm not just
Which is a fire track.
That's a hit.
No, it's not. You guys are ridiculous. Stop that.
How are we
You guys
ridiculous?
I would literally say y'all are
the
dick
cherry
riding Nas
thong
to say
with the
that
lights off.
Uchiwali is a
I'm
good
not
song. Stop that.
and fuck that because I was a Pac fan forever, so it was always fuck Nas. Like I didn't give a shit.
Pac is great. Pac has great music. But and still to this day, I just can't do with the production. I love his songs, some of them, and then other ones I'm just like, eh. What bothered me about California Love at the end of the video is to be continued. Them niggas never continue that shit.
But he says he was going to make the remix next time
track
without Dre.
The track came
At
out
the end of Live and Die in LA.
It was no longer Dre Day. Like, yo, there's a whole he answers a
redemption.
verse about that on Toss It Up, but there's a California Love Part 2, bro, where they're chilling. He's got the derby on and a wife beater. They're chilling in the backyard having a party, and Dre.
Also, like he actually like
it's on this.
It wasn't the dream sequence, like after the whole, like post-apocalyptic.
No, like it's on there
in that video.
Huh. It's on this one.
Like, but
well,
yeah, there's an actual video for that you can Google that shit or YouTube that shit or whatever. I'm pretty sure it's out there.
No longer Dre Day or redemption.
But everybody does talk about this album, so I have to give it its props because it is an album everyone always talks about when they mention Pac. So that and Machiavelli, and I probably heard more songs from Machiavelli than I have from this. So
Machiavelli was a
toss it up, toss it up's on there. Hail Mary's on
Hail
there.
Mary.
Live and Die in LA's on there.
Yeah, those are the joints I know.
Like the Swedish Joy next to getting pussy. I'm sorry. What did you just get? Come on,
my
man.
sister also, or like coming up, and I think my disdain for Pac is that my sister always played Pac and Jodeci like nonstop to the point when I was like, I maybe vowed to myself like when I get to of age, I'm just never playing this shit like ever. And I was an East Coast kid like Grant. So like I was on the side of Biggie and them, and then when I
West Coast,
but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I miss so much of Pac because of whatever, but I'm just at my age now. I'm just like I can't download that into my brain because there's so much music, just so much music.
Nah, I'm not taking that, bro.
You can, you don't have to, but you will because that's what I'm going to give you.
As a connoisseur of music, to not enjoy Tupac and Jodeci, I mean, it's your time to spend, but it's good stuff, man.
What are you saying? Hold on. What are you saying?
To just write them off because you didn't like them when your sister played them doesn't mean you can't.
I'm not writing them off. I didn't say I write them off. Who said I wrote them off? I said I don't.
You just don't listen.
Thank you.
Okay, fair enough.
Put words into my mouth.
Okay,
Don't do that.
I'm just trying
because
to.
as much as I'm not even saying I'm a connoisseur of music. I'm a music producer, meaning I listen to what I like. I make what comes from that. If I don't like it, if I don't like your production, why am I listening to your words? If you can't pick a beat
because
that I
they're
like,
two completely different.
if you
things.
can't pick a beat that I like,
that's an interesting conversation. Okay, go on.
If you can't pick a beat that I like, then you and I aren't seeing on the same length. So I don't really need to. And that's the same thing with me and Nas. Nas has Illmatic that I fuck with. He picked mad great beats on Illmatic, but after that, his beat choice ain't that great. Well, it's only lately with Hit Boy, who's been producing all of it, that Nas is, for me, solid all the way through. But other than that, man, come on. And the biggest punching bag for me is because you're gonna pass on so many beats. Nas will probably get beats from everybody. Who the fuck told you to pick Uchi Wally? Thank you.
Dude, that track was fire.
That's some annoying ass shit. Fuck that. Nah. That
What do
ain't
you think about Hate Me Now?
Nah, bro, that ain't it. That ain't it.
Right.
That ain't
What
it.
about
So-
Hate Me Now?
Based
Or
on
If I
opinion.
Rule the World from Nas? Like, what about those?
If I Ruled the World is great, but Hate Me Now I can't stand. Hate Me Now I
so
can't
you
stand
just
for
like
Diddy's
shit
hook.
that get you hyped, nigga. Like that's what it is. Like you like that mellow.
Not even you guys get no because I just Busta Rhymes is coming is all hype.
This is what makes like that. I don't get that. Like I don't. How the fuck are
Busta
you
Rhymes
on
is
that
coming
and
is all hype.
like the animated party shit and not fuck
One
with
mic
the
is fantastic. One
You
mic
know,
is
you know,
fantastic.
you know what's more, you know what's more hype than Nas is "All Eyes on Me" by Tupac Shakur.
Throws the paper at him. No.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, my man Corey Chan just wrote in. He said One Mic. I think One Mic's one of the best rap songs ever written. I don't know if that completely redeems Nas as an artist, but I love it.
I'd say Give
I
Up
think
the
it's
Goods is another
brilliant.
song, but that's just me and Mobb Deep. See, like that's where I'm at. My head
I remember OG Mobb Deep before all the popular shit that came out when they were like,
yeah, Give Up the Goods is like one of their first songs.
Like stuck in juvenile hell and shit, where they're where they're standing
Thug
and
music.
the cover's all black and they got like a fucking safe or whatever you want to call that Grim Reaper looking thing. Like it was crazy.
Right. But
There
yeah,
was so
so
many.
back to your Pac. It's a great album.
Oh, dude.
I
I'm sitting here looking at it because I got the
You don't even
vinyl
listen
here,
to
right?
that shit.
It's 8 records.
I'm looking at the songs and I can be like,
Have
okay,
you
I know that
listened
one.
to the record? You can't read that shit and tell me it's fire.
I know Two of America's Most Wanted. I know
Of course
the
you do,
singles.
because you didn't grow
I
up under
know
a
the
rock.
songs. Of course.
You know, All About You.
Yes.
Which All About You is so fun, and it's Pac's charisma at its highest.
But you see, okay, but then you guys can understand what this says to me about Pac. I may not have listened to this album, but I can recognize it based off me knowing the singles by their name. I can't do that with certain other people who I've named where you guys are kind of mad at me for. His name might be Nasir and so on. But with Pac, who I'm not dissing, I'm just saying, like, yeah, if I could literally read these songs and be like, oh shit, yeah, I remember that one. It's not like I'm hating. I'm respecting it.
Okay. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
At least back. All right.
If I was the guy out here like, what's California Love? Then you guys can give me a Stone Cold Stunner. That's it. You guys can fuck me up completely if I was out here being that ignorant and being like, I'm the greatest producer, but I've never heard of that song. No, I've heard these songs, guys, but it's like, I just haven't listened. This is 14
Picture me
14
rolling.
songs. Fucking, what is that? Like 28, 27 songs? This is nuts.
Yo, if you only pull the big ones out of this
songs,
tube,
2
you can
hours
make a 12 album fucking killer.
Yes.
That's how much good music's on this thing.
I'd rather be an NIGGA so we can get drunk. Like, yo,
Can't see me. No more pain.
You can't see me. All right.
I ain't mad at you. Again, it's Tupac maximizing his charisma, maximizing his ability to make songs the way he wants them to sound.
So
I imagine it's a lot of fun.
Sorry to interrupt because you guys are experts here. The album wasn't called Machiavelli. It was him as Machiavelli. I knew he was calling himself
The 7-Day Theory by Machiavelli.
So he was calling himself Machiavelli at this point, and he didn't just call his album Machiavelli.
No,
so
it's called the 7-Day Theory, I believe.
Yeah, this is my first time seeing
that's
that
the Machiavelli album, which is named Dawn of the Seven.
Wow. So
when you're from our era, you just say Machiavelli. You remember Machiavelli? Yep. And that's the one thing.
Okay. So my sister is big onto this shit, and this is the album where, like, if you play a song, she said something a long time ago, or one of her friends, you know how high school was, people would say rumors like, hey, if you play this song backwards, it says like, I'll be back, or I'm gonna die on this day. Like, apparently Tupac had all these kind of weird theories in his shit, but like this is the one I know. This is Toss It Up, Live and Die.
That's a fire fucking album.
Let me see you toss it up.
First of all, if a nigga gave you
2061 yellow Impala that was in that video was
fucking
fucking
swinging a baseball bat around.
Oh, he also dropped. So he dropped both these in '96. No, yes, February 13th, '96, and then he came back again in June.
Did he come out after he died?
Yeah, did it?
I think the Machiavelli album came out after he died.
Oh shit! Okay, because it
was like he died and then the album dropped. It was like, yo, it's coming from the.
Oh shit. Okay. Well then, who had a better album after they passed? Life or Death, or if it's this one, this one.
I'll say the
Pop
Machiavelli
Smoke.
album. You say that, but I fuck with that nigga though. I listen to Pop Smoke.
Look. Biggie stuff wasn't. It's not like Biggie had a massive vault. He just had a bunch of stuff he was working on, and then they did their best with it. Pac had volume. Pac was like Prince. He had like a whole bunch of albums ready to go.
Yeah.
See,
That were just sitting around.
How I feel that is Pac came out and put out the double album. Biggie put out killer album, hands down, fucking knockout punch after every track. When a solid, however many tracks are on there, and then when he passed, they took everything off the floor and put out a double album and went with it. Where they still put out Pac music, like 5 years after he passed, like there was still.
Changes only came out after he passed, and Changes is arguably one of the biggest songs
Changes is
of all
mine.
time.
Changes. If I had to pick, Changes is my shit. If I had to pick one, I'm like, that's the one I actually like bothered to burn onto a CD and like, all right, I'm gonna listen to this like daily. It was Changes. So,
and I see that being attracted to it. Fuck.
And he says, "I see no changes." Every verse.
Racist faces. Enemies. Didn't like how he did that all the time.
I made a G today, but he made it in a easy way.
Enemies.
So attract to the kids.
Enemies. Why did he say it like that?
Because that was probably some West Coast shit that he had fucking heard somebody say it, and it was like, yo, that's how it popped the fuck up. But hands down, like, yeah, I would put our
Tupac's ability in the studio is undeniable. He made so much music, and I feel like "Dear Mama" is a brilliant song. I think it's on this album. No, it's on
that's
Me and My Crazy World, I believe.
No, that's not there. It's no.
Yeah, the production on Life After Death was fire. Absolutely. Me and my man Corey Chan, we've been discussing this. Life After Death, front to back, the production is incredible, and he hits all the stuff he did right on the first one. It just sounds newer, and it's still Biggie, doing it at the best level as he can. And I wanted to know how he could leapfrog, because music changed from '94 when Life After Death came out, and then '97 or '8 when he went to put Ready to Die came out then, and then '97, '98. The sound of hip hop had changed, and Biggie flipped it perfectly. He just slid right into it. The shit with Bone Thugs, Hypnotized, Mo Money.
What is it? The hell's the name of that song? Is it Mo Thugs?
Notorious Thugs.
Notorious Thugs. Yo, where he doubles up and fucking spits his verse on that is
only dangerous. Anybody get bang with us?
Right? Straight up trees, no angel. Yo, crazy. My favorite Biggie song.
7 a.m. up in the morning, feeling the weed, greed, and nicotine.
I can't believe that I didn't mention Bone Thugs in my list, but that's a
Eternal 1999 is one of those albums that were building blocks for me. I love that too.
There were so many of them and so much shit that came out from them that I like so much songs that I don't even know where to find some of the songs that I used to jam to. Because I don't know who fucking did it. All these niggas sounded like they all sounded the fucking same. It was fire. Like I'm not taking no credibility from them at all. But I don't fucking remember if it was Mo Thug, Slow Thug, fuck. I don't know who it was. Crazy Bone, this or that, and the third.
Word.
I feel like they took the spirit of the guys singing doo-wop over the burning trash barrel and applied that to their efforts towards hip hop in the 90s. Like that spirit of just guys together making it sound good and harmonizing, and
I felt like
obviously the stories they tell too.
Yeah.
First of the month, man.
They were on the
first of the month is about waking up on the first and getting your check.
Yup.
Great.
I'm gonna run and go grab my stash. Make sure nobody snatches my check. Red, holla.
Can't get my shit off of. Fucking great. Damn, I didn't know that's what he was saying. Thank you, Grant. You just cracked that case for me. I won't read the Wikipedias on what the fuck Crazy Bone is saying. I will actually just try to listen to it.
You're sitting there on Genius. You're like,
no, that's not what he said. Yeah.
By the way, these are only the parts that I have down, right? Because there's large stretches of Bone Thugs. I can't say a word of it. I can do the sounds.
That was the party that understand when you put it on, you hear them, But
Yeah,
don't ask
right.
me to spit that shit the fuck
Nah,
back.
you
Okay?
say you mouth the sounds that they're saying, and that it sounds good.
Why to
So you
kill my
gotta-
dog and then I miss my Uncle Charles. Yeah, he should have been
Uncle
gone.
Charles. Yep. Listen, I will legit just not be singing anything, and then I miss my Uncle Charles will come back in my head, and it's not a funny thing, but the way he said
do you
it,
have an Uncle Chuck?
I don't. I'm not. Do you?
Don Tha Jewla, you got an Uncle Chuck?
Charles. Chucky. No.
I don't have an Uncle Chuck or Charles, but we all miss our Uncle
I miss
Charles.
my
Y'all.
Uncle
Like,
Charles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
we
Sheesh.
all miss him.
Brilliant.
We don't know.
Miss my-
I guess
Oh,
Charlie
no.
Murphy's our uncle.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
That album had Bud Smokers Only on it at first of the month.
Oh,
It had
oh, whoo. So many. But
Buddha
that's a whole
Lovers.
like once the verses come out, we'll do this shit again.
Oh,
yes,
for sure.
definitely.
Oh yeah, because they're going against 3-6. And 3-6 is not Bone Thugs, but they're not nobody either.
Thank
This
you
is a
for
lot
saying
better than
that.
Lock.
Thank
This is
you.
not Locks versus what
Okay.
are they called? Dipset. 3-6 has their own massive following.
They've been doing this New York on New York type shit or South versus North, but always like same neighborhoods.
They're trying to make sure it works
in
together.
half.
Yeah.
Oh, and anybody from the North, this is what you're gonna fuck with. Now they got country niggas in the Midwest, like that's definitely a thing. But
This is Memphis versus Cleveland.
Memphis.
This is a different matchup.
Like that's some whole. We're not talking Nelly from up that. We're talking Bone Thugs and 3-6 fucking Mafia. Like this is going to
It's gonna be a big one.
Absolutely. They're also doing. They're also doing Shaka Khan versus somebody, and then Foxy versus Kim, which I think is a long time coming.
Oh, yo, your boy Dave. Hey, man, look, I'm sorry. I hope you're not mad at me for coming in on your boy. But
I don't know. I don't think I know this guy. I might have met him.
You don't know Dave Matthews? I thought that was Dave Matthews. Yo, this guy came out with like these old hoes. I'm like, wait, what?
I get friend requests on Facebook and I accept them. You know, it's like, okay,
no,
I do this shit. I'm trying to communicate with people.
The fans follow, like shit.
That's a topic for next week on random other. Listen, since there's so many dudes that have been trying to add me on Bookface, and I'm just like, nah, because I don't care for your opinion. For a Dave Matthews to pop in, and he literally just going in on him. And then,
do you know this guy?
Nope.
I don't know him either.
I thought you knew him. So when you laughed at what I said, I was like, "Oh, he probably doesn't know." So this guy's coming in. He's all like, "Oh, these old hoes, they're washed up." And Grant's like, "Well, it's about appreciating them and giving them their flowers." Man's is like, ... their flowers appreciation. I was like, "Oh, who is this guy?"
Wow.
He's
Okay.
like, "Yeah, you know."
Thanks for checking in, but I think your contribution has been sufficient. But
Grant's all just like verses about like giving people their flowers and so on and so forth. He's like, I'd rather go with, and he named like everybody and their cousin except for those two. He doesn't, and I'm just like, all
Beyonce,
right.
Cool. We want Beyonce on versus 2, bro. Like
he's like Beyonce, Eve, and these girls are way better. And I'm just like, all right, nobody's checking for Dave Matthews' opinion.
I will always say the best verses of all time would be Stevie versus Smokey, but they're not going to do it.
They're never going to do that. Never.
You want to hear the 40 best songs ever written or 40 of the biggest hits ever?
I really don't think that Kim or Foxy should do this versus.
No, because Foxy.
They have quality material that they did, but Little Kim looks like a different human being right now,
and Foxy is not stable.
And I don't know where the fuck Foxy ran at. I have no idea.
Inga is not stable. She's coming off of just being kind of deaf and then coming back, and she doesn't have her voice because of that. And it's
the performance and like the roasting that these ladies are going to get from what they're about to do is horrible. Especially the motherfucking internet is going to be vile with these two queens.
Look, you could be as critical as you want about how Little Kim made herself look not like herself, and she was a beautiful girl. Like,
Junior Mafia.
Little Kim's a beautiful girl. She changed a lot about herself. Yeah, dude, the How Many Licks video.
Anyways, gentlemen.
The point being, I think Little Kim can still bring it. I think Little Kim still has the chops. If she just raps the bars, I'm sure it'll be fine. It's not Little Kim you have to worry about.
Right. Gentlemen, this was a fantastic go around. We're gonna have to do this again.
I love being on here, guys. Thank you so much. I'm happy to contribute, and
You'll be back.
I love
You're
chopping
gonna
it
be
up with
coming
you
back.
boys, man.
Yeah, you're coming back. I mean, this is we got to do more albums, and I think I want to do more. I want to do what you did with this, but then go with like recent shits because I didn't name Section 80 for a reason. I didn't name mixtape shit for a reason. I didn't name, you know what I mean? So like, I really want to get into those and stuff. But I'm actually.
By the way, I don't like it personally, but I would have listened to somebody talking about Carter 3 for a little bit.
Oh,
you know,
I didn't even
Carter 3 is already 10 years, 12 years.
Carter 2. I'm talking about Carter 2, but Carter 3 is great. Carter 2 is fantastic. Have you listened to Carter 2? Gee, have you listened to Carter 2?
Ages ago.
And
that's the fireman and
that's the one with the
officer.
Intro. The mob is the intro. That for the intro song on that is actually we can. You know what? The next one we got to come back with is the top 5 best intro songs off our hip hop. Yeah, yeah.
That's all right. Put the intro for "Start Get Hell Is Hot" in there somewhere. Just now, so we don't have
to. Okay. But yeah, top 5 or top 6. Let's give us some breathing room. Top 6 intro songs off albums.
For sure.
Okay.
We'll come back for that. Don's gonna be here on like a monthly basis. We're gonna just try to keep doing that. So yeah, everyone, thank you for watching.
Whether you want to be or not, nigga, you're here now. Like this.
Yeah, you're here. It's too bad. You're
one quick thing before we cut it. The Silk Sonic album came out. It's one of the best things you're gonna hear. It's the album of the year. Please go check it out.
Already album of the year?
Okay.
Listen to it. You tell me.
I have.
You tell me that's not the best. That's not the best 9 songs you listen to all year.
No, in a row. Not because they're
not even close.
What?
All right.
Yeah, no.
All right, we'll come back to it. Anyway,
they're trying too much to be Bootsy. They got Bootsy on there, but they're trying too much to be what was before, and I respect it. But it's also like, come on, guys, chill.
I'd rather listen to that than some of the other stuff that's coming out.
But again,
by a long while.
That's you. That's you.
Before we get off here, I want to show some love to one of our supporters. You go to the Facebook group, and there's a link in there. I posted it this week, and it's vote for a photographer. And I want you to vote for Chrissy Lamoureux on the Chrissy Lamoureux photography on the Facebook page that I posted the group. You can vote once a day. She's one of our followers. She supports us. She's family. She supports us. So I want to show her love. It's like anybody else got some shit popping off.
Chrissy with a K or Chrissy with a K or C? Okay.
Don't ask me. Repost it or pin it so it stays at the top.
CHRISSYLAMOUREUX. Photography.
Yes. Let's do that.
All right, boys. Thank you so much.
We'll be back next week with who do we have next week, sir?
I'm not sure. I'm working on some special guests that's coming up. I got some things in the works for y'all. Like, I don't want to let no cat out the bag, but your boy's been working on some shit. And the people that we got trying to come the fuck up, it's gotta be fucking legendary. I'm talking about some crazy people I'm trying to bring on this shit for you, motherfuckers. I'm trying to do this. I'm pushing this shit for you. So, y'all better appreciate it. I want you to smash the subscribe button on our YouTube channel. I want you to fuck with the free XA.
Give us the subs.
At Don Tha Jewla on everything. Hit me up.
Hit him up on the gram. All that shit.
And spread love. It's the Brooklyn way. Baby.
Like, follow us. Tune in. Thank you for all. Like, we had like 15 people in here. Constantly, we're at 9 right now. So thank you to all 9 of you, our regulars.
Shout out to all you motherfuckers. And if you're a real one, you know what the fuck that means.
That's good.
Yo, shout out to Gummy Bear who finally got to watch it tonight. Benjamin Jeffries. That's what's up, dog.
Shouts to Corey. Shouts to Uncle Dude. Shouts to Lee J.
Uncle Dude. Yo, everybody, our loyal followers.
Word. And yeah, we'll be back next week. Toodaloo.
Same nigga channel, same nigga time. Let's go.